Okay, so we'll be talking about the Ohio State Oregon game from last weekend. I know this is one's kind of late here. Just had a lot of stuff going on during the week. Wasn't able to get around to anything, but um, you know, been about a week, so had some time to digest the game, think about it. Biggest matchup of the season, or second biggest behind the Alabama Georgia game. This was arguably the biggest because of the rankings between these two teams, 2 versus 3. Although they don't have quite the national championship pedigree as the Bama Georgia game, but um, as I'm watching this game right now, or as I'm reviewing this game right now, and again we couldn't do the full game review because of the NBC thing. Brody Knows Ball was unable to upload the condensed version of the game, so we're going to use Wheels' highlights, full game highlights of this game. But as I'm watching this game right now, Oregon is shutting out Purdue on Friday night on the road, 35 zip. It's coming to a close. Oregon's going to win, obviously, but Oregon's a really good team. I know that they looked really bad to start the season. They almost lost to Idaho. They probably should have lost to Boise State, but there's a lot of talent on that team. They had a lot of guys come in through the transfer portal. Maybe it took, a little while for them to gel. Um, I know a lot of the Ohio State fan base is ready to jump off a bridge and fire everybody from the university president on down to the janitors. They want everyone fired. You lose by 1 point on the road, probably the furthest road trip for Ohio State in, I mean, 2016 when they went to Oklahoma. I mean, this is even further than that. I don't know. This is like the furthest road trip in a regular season game for Ohio State in so long, and they lose by a point, a game they should have won. Where, I mean, I think if there's a rematch, then Ohio State probably wins a game. But, anyways, let's just look at this game here and just kind of go over the highlights and see what we make of the game about a week later. My takeaway during this game was that Ohio State's defense looked like Swiss cheese. It looked like, but the thing is, Oregon is a really good passing attack too, so you got to give them credit for that. I thought Ohio State's pass rush in particular was what let them down in this game, and then some craziness towards the end of the game, maybe a little controversy there. But let's just start watching these highlights and see what we think of this game. So I'm gonna hit the play button right about now, and we'll get going. Okay, so 2nd and 4, a little swing pass out to Jeremiah Smith. Ohio State runs a lot of that. Um, 4th and 1, they're going for it, ultra aggressive. Ryan Day's been criticized for not going for it a whole lot. Here he is on his own 44, going for it. The QB sneak, they power through, get about 3 there. So, I mean, Ohio State fans wanted to see a lot more of that. They got it right there on the opening drive of the game. Good protection here. Oh, this was the controversial play where it looked like it was a turnover. I thought it was a turnover watching it live. Let's see. So, doesn't fully have control of the ball, and yeah, I don't think he ever fully had control of that ball. I think that was a drop ball that got intercepted, and it's just impossible to tell. I mean, it's just impossible to tell who has that ball, you know, because this guy's back's in the way. So they couldn't overturn it, but I think that was a turnover there. So Ohio State got pretty fortunate there because I believe they would get a touchdown on this drive. Okay, short gain there. Fakes the pitch, dumps it off to Judkins, and barrels down inside the 3-yard line there. So 1st and goal, quarterback keeper, easy for Will Howard, Will Tebow. I mean, Ohio State looked good in this game. I don't know what this is. He's saying something, but I have the game on mute here, so just showing it from a different angle here. I guess we can see who blows this up, and there's Jelani Thurman, the nice block there. G. Scott, Jelani Thurman, 3 tight ends. Judkins comes in there towards the end. Watch Judkins just lead blocks his way. So a lot of good blocking there by tight ends and running backs. Okay, so Ohio State's ball again. Emeka Buka. I'm trying to remember what happens here because I thought Oregon answered with a touchdown of their own. Was this a fumble? Oh, yeah. I think they did fumble here. Let's see. I think this was Judkins fumbling. Who gets beat there? Donovan Jackson. Yeah, I mean, Donovan Jackson's good, but I don't know. I think he kind of gets a little overrated. So, yeah, that ball's out. And that is a turnover. Okay, so Oregon, great field position. I mean, you talk about an elite top 5 matchup on the road. One thing you can't have is turnovers. I mean, it's the same thing in the Michigan game for Ohio State last year. You lose by 6 points. You basically spotted them 7 early on. With that McCord interception, Marvin Harrison. You're about to spot them some points here, but poor tackling there by Cody Simon. That should have been nothing. I mean, that should have been no gain. Really poor tackling there. Caleb Downs is there to wrap him up. Okay, so 1st and goal, and just good push by the offensive line there. There's a lot of guys flowing away from the ball, and I believe he gets in there. So they miss. Oh yeah, they screwed that up. But let's go back to the touchdown here. I mean, yeah, Ohio State fans are going to be livid that they didn't tackle him 3 yards in the backfield. But this is what happens when you play a really good team, a top 3 team that also has a lot of NFL players. I mean, they're going to win. They're going to win plays too. You're not going to win every single play and win 49-zip at halftime. It just doesn't work that way. So, picked off by Ransom. Got a convoy there. Oh, man, it looked like he could have taken that. I mean, come on. What happens here? Did he just run out of speed, or did he freak out, or should he have just kept going? And I don't know. Tough angle to see from there, but Oregon's got the ball back. Deep shot down the middle there. But look at this. I mean, perfectly clean pocket. Absolutely zero pressure. You take, let's see what kind of time we got here. So he gets the ball at 2:21. Fires it. So he's got a full 3 seconds, and he could have had a little more than that. It's a longer developing play. So, I mean, yeah, they're gonna blame the secondary for getting torched there, but I mean, you're not getting any pass rush at all. What is this formation here? You got 5 guys down here. I like Dan Lanning as a coach, but he tends to get pretty cute in a lot of situations. He gets a little too clever by half there. So 44-yard field goal, and they miss it. So fortunate for Ohio State there after lighting up that big play. Oregon just decides to get cute and run some nonsense on 3rd and 8, and then misses a field goal. So Ohio State's fortunate to still be leading here. You know, they've got a turnover, and we'll see what this drive. Oh boy, big hole there, and then Josh Simmons would get hurt in this game. He's out for the year, and you see him turn his guy to the inside there, or to the outside, and really just open it up like a door. Good seal off by Donovan Jackson there to let Travion get past him for a long gain. Good blocking, good run there. Ohio State kind of went away from the run, so here's Trey. It's basically the same thing here. They're really attacking this left side. Absolutely, and you know, Jordan Birch missed this game for Oregon, so that was a big miss. It was a big deal for them to not have him over here, but then again, Ohio State's starting left tackle would get hurt in the game. A lot of people projecting him as a first-round, second-round pick. So there you kind of even out eventually. You know, Oregon's missing their best D lineman. Ohio State's top left tackle would go down the game. So these guys are a little slow to react on the ball. And Travion's really fast, so he's going to be off the races here. Good speed by this dude, number 3. To tackle him down at the 3-yard line. But 2nd and goal, Ohio State, short yardage. They've been a lot better in short yardage, you know, like right on the goal line. They've been way better this year than they were last year. So 14-6 Ohio State. I mean, you got them in a 2nd and 12 deep in their own. I mean, this is like where Ohio State could really seize control of this game early on. But 2nd and 12, you get absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback, absolute spotless pocket. Had all day back there, and Denzel Burke just gets beat deep. Look, I know Denzel didn't have the greatest game here, but when you are not getting a single bit of pressure on the quarterback, it makes a defensive end's job really, or it makes a defensive back's job just really, really difficult. I mean, you can't expect these guys to cover for 3, 4, 5 seconds. It just doesn't work like that. The defensive backs and the defensive line, they really complement one another. You know, the best pass defense is a good pass rush. So, again, clean pocket right there. Was that on? They're going after Denzel Burke here. He doesn't even know where the ball is. His head's turned this way. But really, I mean, and there's a flag on the play. I think it might have been down here on Jordan Hancock. But really, I mean, Ohio State fans are going to say that Denzel Burke had a horrible game. You know, bench him, put in Jermaine Matthews. Maybe they should have. Maybe they shouldn't have. Grabbing the face back. Defense never, I don't know. But, I mean, if we go back and watch this play again here, that is just an incredible throw there. And an incredible catch by Evan Stewart. So, again, you got NFL players going up against NFL players. They're going to get you. You're not going to win every single rep against these guys. So then Dan Lanning tries some nonsense again. And what on earth was that? And, I mean, I guess it almost kind of worked, but still just stupid. Missed an extra point, missed a field goal, missed that 2-point conversion. So a lot of points left on the field for Oregon here. Then again, Ohio State did have that turnover that gave Oregon points. And then, I mean, this is Dan Lanning tries a lot of crazy crap, but this is another one. Let's just kick it right at this dude right here, bounce it off him, and steal a possession and get really good field position. So they're able to do that. And I mean, Oregon's clearly emptying the clip here. Dan Lanning's calling all the crazy plays. So I mean, just I guess you got to be more aware. I mean, it looked like he was aware. I mean, I don't know how much more aware this guy could possibly be. I don't think he was expecting that ball to just rocket right at him. He tries to get out of the way, but it was just really well executed by Oregon. Totally caught him off guard. And I mean, 48, good effort. I mean, he tries to get out of the way there, but just, I don't know. It's just not something anybody was expecting. I'd never seen that play before, or at least in a very long time. So, but Ryan Day's got to get fired though, because he wasn't ready for that. You know, Urban Meyer would have been ready for it. Okay, high snap, absolutely zero. Okay, so we do get a little bit of pressure on him towards the end, and kind of hurries the throw, but this guy's already wide open. I don't know whose responsibility that was, but is that Evan Stewart again? No, Trayshawn Holden. Okay. Let's see. Nice run stop there. Okay, so flag on Oregon. Oh, this is where the guy's spitting Iggy's face. I mean, that's what Iggy does. Trayshawn Holden. And they'll show it here. Yeah, dumb. Dumb play. Dumb. You can't do that, man. So, a little chippiness after the whistle. I know Iggy's a talker. Oh, look, he spits on him. And he's got a visor on. Look at. He's like, what? Ref saw it, though. Drive killer. 3rd and goal from the 22. I guess they kind of get a little bit of pressure on him there with 4. Kenyatta kind of gets there. Playing soft coverage there. Evan Stewart makes a catch, but, you know, it's 4th and goal, so gives them an easier field goal to make, 27 yards. Their field goal kicker kind of started off shaky, but obviously he would get it together. Great play there on 3rd and 9 to G. Scott. And that's going to go for big yards there. So 4th and 2, Ryan Day's going for it again. Not aggressive enough, I've been told, but he's pretty aggressive in this game. And well blocked there. Donovan Jackson does a good job. Was this after so this is our okay, so Josh Simmons is already out of the game because they've got another dude in there at left tackle. And looks like he does a good job right there. That's him. Zen Mahalski, I think it was. And Patrick Gerd, 49, does a good job as a fullback here. This guy right here. So Travion's out lead blocking. Patrick Gerd really is the key block there. 2nd and short. Quinshon's your short yardage guy. Picks it up there. Okay. So you kind of suck the defense in, and then you let Judkins leak out, and then you just trust him to make plays in space there. And I think his foot was out of bounds. Oh, maybe not. Okay. So he picks up like an extra 6-7 yards there. Yeah, they gave it to him. Okay, so good protection there, and that's just a coverage bust by Oregon. Nobody had any tabs on Ibuka. Really nice throw by Will Howard. Well-designed play there for Ohio State, and they retake the lead, go up 21-15, but I believe Oregon's still got some. So 2nd and short. Playing really soft on defense there. Really bend but don't break, I guess. 2nd and 4. A lot of 2nd and shorts here on this drive. Okay, but you get him into 3rd and 9 here. Not a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and Denzel Burke gets roasted. Just gets barbecued. I mean, the thing is, you got Sonny's kind of in the area, but there's really no pressure. Sonny, gets pushed too far back, and there's absolutely no like Dylan Gabriel's not been uncomfortable in the pocket in this game at all. And yeah, was it bad coverage by Denzel Burke? Did he get roasted there? Absolutely. but I just whatever they're doing with their defensive line and the whole thing with Jim Knowles and Larry Johnson, where Jim Knowles wants to run this kind of, his kind of defense with the jack position, 3 down linebackers. Larry Johnson wants to run the traditional 4 down defensive line. It's not working. Whatever I guess they're trying it Larry Johnson's way. They've been trying it Larry Johnson's way. It's just not working. You need to let Jim Knowles run his defense. And I would hope that, in the 2 weeks that Ohio State will have to prepare for the Nebraska game, that they are really doing some soul searching on defense, because whatever we're seeing is clearly not working at all. They are getting absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback. Dillon Gabriel has all day back there. I mean, the guy's ordering a pizza back there, kicking his feet up, drinking some San Pellegrino. It's not working. They get no pressure on the quarterback at all. And I know Oregon has a good offensive line, but this Ohio State defensive front was supposed to be one of the best in college football. I didn't believe it would be, because it wasn't they didn't generate a lot of pressure on the quarterback. I mean, the secondary looks somehow worse than it did last year. And last year they replaced Josh Proctor with Caleb Downs. So in theory, it should look better. And all these guys are a year older, a year more into the system. But I don't know. Maybe Denzel Burke's not used to getting thrown at. They haven't faced a passing attack like this really ever. But even when they played Missouri in the Cotton Bowl, they looked better than they did it. And Missouri's got a pretty good passing attack. They had Brady Cook, Luther Burden, and I mean, this Oregon team's much better than that. And I mean, Ohio State defense just did not get anything done. But yeah, Denzel Burke's got to play better, but the pass rush is what I'm really looking at here, because Ohio State is getting absolutely no pressure at all on the quarterback, and that's just not acceptable. You need to get pressure on the quarterback. You can't just sit back there and hope your guys can cover for 5-6 seconds. It just doesn't work. Never worked. Okay, so Ohio State does have a chance to at least get into field goal range here. They've got 3 timeouts. They're at their own 34. They need a yard to pick up a first down, and let's see what they do here. So from here, it looks like Travion Henderson's got the first down, but he doesn't get it. That is, I would hope that he's getting yelled at on the side, because what is this? I mean, you just need 1 yard. You have 3 timeouts. Just dive. Just jump across that line and pick up the first down. What are we trying to bounce it outside for? I know, obviously, Jeremiah's good leverage on this guy, and if you can get around number 10, then you could really, turn the corner and do some damage there. But you just need to get a first down there. And that's really bad. I hate to pick on Travion because he's a good player, but dude, you gotta pick up that first down. I mean, that's just not acceptable there. That's awful. I mean, that's just you're leaving point. I mean, this game was a 1-point game. I mean, you could have. Yeah, I know you only got 55 seconds, but you're really like 35 yards away from a field goal. That's all you need in 55 seconds. Clock's gonna stop with a first down. You got all your timeouts. That's just terrible. But we'll move on here. And so I believe that will be the end of the first half. Okay, so yeah, subscribe to Wheels. All right, so Ohio State's, I don't know, I think this is their first possession of the... Yeah, because Ohio State got the ball to start the game, so then Oregon must have gone 3 and out or something. Let's see, what's his... let's look at the left tackle, because it looks like he gets beat there. Yeah, and this guy gets right around him. Way to step up in the pocket, though, for Will Howard. Ohio State fans are going to line up to jump off the ledge about that deep ball. But, I mean, he gets hit. Jeremiah Smith adjusts, makes the catch there. Whatever. You complete the pass. I know, obviously, it's not exactly like prime Joe Flacco deep balls, but got the job done. Calm down. It says 2nd and 6, but it's really actually 7 yards. Looks like backup left tackle's getting beat again there, but gives him enough time. G. Scott, way to leak out there and pick up some big yards. It's a nice play. Will Howard really played well in this game, and unlike, nobody expected for the Ohio State offense to be the. Looks like you got some. Is that Jeremiah? Looks like you got Jeremiah wide open there. Although this guy might be able to. No, this guy's going this way, but. Okay, well, they find Jeremiah anyway. But anyway, didn't expect for Ohio State's offense to be the one carrying the load. But their offense is definitely better than their defense. And I don't think that's deniable. I mean, their defense did not play well in this game at all. There was not a whole lot to be proud of. But you get a mobile quarterback. A lot of people say they'd be better off with McCord. McCord was never making that play. So, touchdown, Jeremiah Smith. Let's see here. So Zen Mahalski, he held up pretty well in pass pro there for a guy who's played no reps this season. But Jeremiah Smith, okay, so 3rd and 5. It's a big opportunity here for Ohio State. But all day to throw. They move the chains there. Let's see what happens here. Who gets... Oh, boy. Who had this guy? Now, it wasn't Denzel. Denzel was covering this guy, so leave him alone. He didn't have a great game, but he was covering that guy. So, basically they put him in a position where he was dead to rights, because if he left this guy for him, then you just throw it to that guy, and he scores a touchdown. And so he's got to scramble. I don't know whose assignment this guy was, but maybe either Caleb or Cody Simon, but big yards. See, not great tackling by Denzel Burke there. I mean, he gets to him around the 37, and this dude's gonna get all the way down to the 20. So picks up at least another 15 yards there. Not great. I believe Oregon will score a touchdown here. Or actually, is this where they go for it on 4th? So let's see here. Not great run defense there. Okay, so 3rd and goal. You kind of stiffen up. And this is what happens when you get pressure on the quarterback. He's inaccurate. Imagine that. So 4th and goal, no pressure at all. And good coverage there, because you're in the red zone and the field's shortened and you don't have to worry about dudes beating you deep. But I think maybe there's a chance that Ohio State underestimated these Oregon receivers and how much speed they had. Oh, wow. BYU just took the lead over Oklahoma State in this game with 6 seconds left with a touchdown. Interesting. Anyways, so there's really nowhere to go, and pass falls incomplete. And that's a big play for Ohio State because your stops are at a premium here, and you've got a chance now to go up 35-22 with, I mean, it probably would be into the fourth quarter at that point, and you'd really be in good shape. But 2nd and 7, you're deep in your own territory. Mecca, nice little completion there to move the chains up to the 19. But we've got a 3rd and 3. Oh, boy. Really, really a killer play there. Killer. Absolutely killer for Ohio State. You know, you got the chance to go up by 13 points on this drive, or maybe even just 31-22, stretch it to a 2-possession game. But I don't know what was this, just a bad snap, or no, that was a good snap. Will Howard and he played really well, but there were a few mistakes that he made. And really, I mean, when they talk, I mean, I give 7 points for home field advantage, and for Oregon, it's probably more than that because they've got a really loud stadium. Ohio State really had to travel far in this game, and when you talk about, you know, what is home field advantage and why do they give teams more points for being on you know, at home, and teams are worse on the road. Why is that? It's just stuff like that. I mean, it could be, you know, the big things, it could be the little things. You're just out of your element. You're not playing your game. It's a real thing. Home field advantage is a real thing. So a really big missed opportunity for Ohio State there. Obviously, they would have had to go a long ways, and they still would have had to pick up this first down. But I kind of like what we're seeing with the crossing route there. It looked like they would have had somebody open, but Will Howard just mishandles the snap there, and big moment there. So this is I think Caleb Downs may have been a little bit out of position here. Well, I mean, was he? Because he's going for this gap right here, and there's 2 gaps, and he's one guy, so really he was kind of dead to rights there. Oh boy. So JT he's the free man here. And, you know, Dylan Gabriel reads him and sees the defensive end coming off unblocked and just pulls the ball. And what happened to Lathan Ransom here? This is not a good angle, not good tackling there. I mean, that should not have gotten past him. Lathan here, when he comes down, yeah, that's tough. That's tough to see. Couldn't get off the field on 3rd down. But, I mean, you got to give respect to Dylan Gabriel. He's a really good quarterback. I think Will Howard surprised some people too, but, you know, Dylan Gabriel, really good quarterback. I think Will Howard's a really good quarterback too. And I think both guys played phenomenally well, and nothing but respect for either guy in this game. That's a big 3rd down conversion there for Ohio State. We're into the 4th quarter now. So it was 22-21 Oregon at halftime. Slow, you know, game really slowed down a lot once it got into the 4th quarter. Not a whole lot of scoring in this game in the second half. I think it was 10-10. It was 10-10 in the second half in terms of points scored. But anyways, got another 3rd down conversion here. Another 3rd down, 3rd and long. Will Howard, a little high. Jeremiah Smith, though. I mean, Will Howard really played well in this game, and you know, let's watch the left tackle gets beat there, so he's going to have to really step up that left tackle. It's kind of a rough start for him here, but Jeremiah Smith, just a lot A lot of strength, a lot of skill, hard to tackle. I mean, he's 6'3", he's bigger than all of these defensive backs, and picks up the first down there. So you're looking pretty good if you're Ohio State here. About 9 minutes, and you got a first down, and there's another first down inside the 20. So you're in the red zone, but somehow now you're backed up to 3rd and 13. Drive kind of stalls out a little bit, but you're still in field goal range. Good protection there, and that's one that Will Howard will want back. Just not an accurate throw there, because maybe Jeremiah Smith slipped there and couldn't really come back to the ball. That could be an issue too, because maybe Will Howard was thinking, let him come back to the ball instead of throwing it right to him with the defender on him. So if he runs kind of away from the defender, comes back to the ball, creates some separation with this guy, then Jeremiah is bigger than him. So you probably like Jeremiah's chance to either get away from him or get around him. Yeah, I don't know. I think that may have been on Jeremiah. I don't know if he dove for that ball when he should have just stayed on his feet and gone back for it. But either way, yeah, I'm starting to think that may have been more on Jeremiah than Will Howard. But either way, you're forced to kick a field goal there. If you do complete that pass there, then maybe you could consider going for it and moving the chains and running some more time off the clock. But you're gonna get this field goal here, and they put up the duck on the big jumbotron, which is hilarious. Kicker's fired up. So that's nice little play there. I don't think he got enough for the first. Okay, well, either way, we're at 3rd and 6, and that's really well blocked there. You got a head on this guy, and good blocking on the perimeter there by Oregon. Again, zero pressure on Dylan Gabriel all day to throw. Just not acceptable. Pass rush is abysmal for Ohio State in this game, and they still almost won, but that's got to get fixed. Ooh. Yeah, they're going to get you on that, because he had you beat. And good flag by Jordan Hancock. Good way to, just intentional foul there, because that was guaranteed to be 6. And yeah, just don't let him score the touchdown. That's fine. If he gets past you, that's fine. So clock's running down here. Ohio State's gonna have to start calling some timeouts. So now they've got the 2-minute warning in college football. So Arvell Reese is in the game here. Triggers. Could have had the stop in the backfield, but good balance by number 6. That was a really, really nice run by him there. But again, Ohio State fans are going to be, lining up to drink out of the punch bowl after that stuff. But you're playing against NFL players. They're going to make plays too. You're not the only team that has good players. So really nice stop there by Ohio State on 3rd and goal. And chip shot, extra point. But it's not an extra point. It's a field goal. But if you're Ohio State, you really like where you are. You've only got one timeout. You're at the 25, but you just need a timeout, or you just need a field goal. You don't need a touchdown, so you've got to go about 55 yards to get into field goal range. So, and you've been moving the ball really well against this defense today. So you really like where you are. You got the ball last, so good protection there. Oh boy, Will Howard just falls down in the pocket. That's not good. They don't call a timeout there. Oh boy. Yeah, They lose about, it was about 143. They end up losing about 20 seconds there, but nice little throw and completion there to Carnell Tate. Gotta get moving though. Good protection. Gets out of bounds. Mecca on those little underneath crossing routes. So you got a minute to go. You need 40, 45 yards, or 30, 35 yards, I'd say. Jeremiah Smith gets away. Oh, that could have been. I don't know if guys were slipping on this field, or I don't know if he would have stayed up, if he would have been able to, get around this way and really cut up field and start running and make guys tackle him. But 2nd and 1 here. Big time play there. Big time throw and catch. Will Howard, nice throw. I mean, that was, at that point when I was watching this game live, I thought ball game, Ohio State's going to win. Because, 35 seconds left, you get out of bounds at about the 28 there. And there, you should win this game if you're Ohio State. I mean, you're looking at, from here, you're looking at about a 45-yard field goal if you just kneel the clock out. And then, I don't know, things just unravel a little bit. I mean, this play here, Jeremiah is kind of covered, but he's able to make crazy contested catches like that. Will just kind of sails it a little bit. I mean, you're basically 1 to 2 feet away on that play because Jeremiah is he's able to make those one-handed catches. So if you get that ball, if he can even just get a hand on it, he's making that catch, and that is truly the ball game there. You're off by inches there, but good protection there. And this was a pivotal moment. This was the pivotal moment in the game, I'd say. They call him for a push off here. I didn't agree with this call. I get it though. I get why. So basically, the thing is, you're hand fighting, right? Look at the DB's hands. Watch. He's got his hands up. He's got his hands on Jeremiah Smith. So Jeremiah is just trying to hand fight right there, and get free. Get this guy's hands off him, right? So he puts his hands on the guy, and because they're running backwards, or because this guy's backpedaling and all his momentum's going that way, and Jeremiah is also just big and strong as hell, this guy's going to go flying. Creates a lot of separation. I didn't love it. I did not love the call. I just think, again, look, his hands are up. That's hand fighting right there. That's two guys jockeying for position. One guy just happens to be way bigger and stronger than the other. And just a really, really killer penalty that I did not like in that moment. I think you got to let the guys play, but what, it's Jeremiah's fault that he's so much bigger and stronger than this guy. But so you're 2nd and 25. I don't know what that throw was. I don't know who he was. That was. I don't know what the heck that was. So, you're looking at 3rd and 25, and then this is where Oregon really just ran some sleazy, and they would, throughout the past week, the NCAA has already met and basically said, you're not allowed to do this anymore. We're banning this practice here. Because what happens is, you start with 10 seconds on the clock. Oregon intentionally has 12 guys on the field. They run the play. It runs time off the clock. And, oh wait, no. That was not the play there. That was, I believe that was, okay, so that was Oregon calling their last time out. So then this was the play where You go from 10 seconds down to 6. You intentionally have 12 guys on the field, and then so they ended up banning whatever Oregon did there. That was really kind of dirty pool, I would say. Obviously, is not within the spirit of the game. You should not be able to get penalized and benefit from it. It just goes against the spirit of the rules, and if there's a situation where getting a penalty will benefit your team, where breaking the rules will benefit your team, that's not football. Although it was legal at the time, but I don't know. It's not ethical football. It's not ethical football, I'll just say. So last play of the game here, Will Howard. I don't really know what he's thinking here. I mean, scrambles, picks up a few yards. What I did think was interesting, look, gives himself up there. I do see 1 second still on the clock. He's down. And they could call a timeout there, I think. I mean, I don't know. It was really close because it's 1 second, and he's giving himself up there. So he'd be giving himself up at the 30-yard line. And I think he should be able to call a timeout there, but I don't know. The weird thing is they didn't even review it. I don't think. Oregon's going crazy. Dan Lanning's foaming at the mouth. And, that's the ball game there. Look, I think Ohio State fans really need to chill out. The one thing that does concern me is Josh Simmons getting injured. Your left tackle's out for the season. But otherwise, I mean, you have 2 weeks on defense to really do some soul searching, have a come to Jesus moment, and really reevaluate what you're doing on defense, because whatever you're doing on defense is not working. I know a lot of people are going to put the blame on the secondary, especially on Denzel Burke, but I thought the pass rush was just abysmal, unacceptably bad. I mean, you just did not have any impact on that game whatsoever. So they're going to really have to change things up as far as putting pressure on the quarterback, because they've been doing this for the past 2 years and it has not been working. So they need to recommit themselves to putting pressure on the quarterback. And if that means that Larry Johnson's going to be mad and not have his way, then so be it. But you've got to, whatever they're doing now is not working. So you can either make Larry Johnson happy and squander your season and everybody gets fired, or you say, Larry Johnson, we're going to need you to, back off on this one, and we're gonna do things differently on the defensive line. This is a pivotal moment for Ryan Day in his career, and he's got to decide whether he wants to, rock the boat or not rock the boat and just fade into irrelevance here. It's come to a point where the defensive philosophy has to change for Ohio State up front. And, I mean, you're talking about a situation overall, though, where you went on the road. You lost to a really good team. Again, Oregon just went on the road to Purdue tonight on short rest and beat Purdue 35-0. I know Purdue's horrible, but to shut a team out on the road after a big – I mean, you would expect a letdown performance for Oregon after a big emotional game like this Ohio State game. But Oregon is a really good team. And, again, I know they didn't start out super hot. But, I mean, there's really, nothing to be ashamed of for Ohio State here. I mean, you lost to a really, really, really good team, clear across the country. You would hope that you're going to see them again. And, I mean, hats off to Oregon. If Georgia beats Texas this weekend, will Oregon be number one? That's the question. So really good football game here. But I think, if you're Ohio State, you want to see this team again. You feel like you should have won. They got really lucky with that onside kick thing where they kicked it right at the guy. The Quinshon Judkins fumble, obviously that was a big thing. I just think you very well could have won this game. I didn't like that pass interference call on Jeremiah Smith late in the game. I mean, you came as close as you could possibly come to winning this game on the road, and nobody's having any of these conversations. Nobody's lining up to jump off a bridge for Ohio State. And, maybe it ends up being a good thing, but I think Oregon's a really, really good team. They're clearly not the team that nearly lost to Idaho, nearly lost to Boise State. Dylan Gabriel, really, really good quarterback. That throw to Evan Stewart in the end zone early in the first half was just gorgeous throw. Yeah, really, really excited to see Oregon, get into the meat of their Big Ten schedule here. I know they're going to be playing Michigan in the next few weeks. Ohio State's got an off week, and they've got Nebraska, and better see some pass rush in that game, or else the dream season for Ohio State will be on life support. But that's all I got to say. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Consider subscribing if you enjoy this content, and we'll see you in the next one.